Welcome to your weekend focus, November the 12th and the 13th, 2022. Lighter energy for the weekend so we can enjoy the weekend a little bit. Let's cover everything from the beginning. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly. Thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. I'll send it right back to you. The 12 energy. The 12 energy is about pulling it back a little bit, being in the moment. Not stressing about tomorrow's and not worrying about yesterday's. The 12 energy is about looking at things objectively, taking a step back, thinking things through. Where do we need to release control? Where do we need to surrender in our life? How do we practice mindfulness? Being in the moment and experiencing the now. 1 plus 2 is a 3. So we are highly intuitive and we are highly diplomatic today. Today. We're doing the daily right now. I was going to say, or this weekend, but it's for today. It's about what seeds we want to plant going forward. What do we want to create? What do we want to give birth to? It's about transformation. It's about tapping into that divine energy. If you do the numerology of the day for Saturday, it is a 20 energy, so we are at turning points in our lives. We are making decisions. We are seeing some clarity or bringing in some knowledge in order to make the right decisions the first time around, the right steps the first time around. And 2 plus 0 is a 2. That is the magic within you. That is that inner self-expression. And exploring that and bringing it out into the opening and developing that, celebrating your inner child. For Sunday, we have the 13 energy. I know everybody thinks that's such a bad luck number, but it's actually a very good luck number. But sometimes the way the good luck seems to appear is through things that we didn't want to have happen or we thought we didn't want to have them happen. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, if that didn't happen, this wouldn't have been happening. And I'm glad this is happening. So, wow, what a wild roller coaster ride that was. But so often we experience something in our life that opens us up to a whole new path that we didn't even know existed. So the 13 energy can absolutely bring in magic and miracles. 1 plus 3 is a 4. That's about getting our ducks in a row. That's about understanding the balance that we need. It's about looking at our foundations and growing our foundations strong so that we can build upon them. And right now we have Mars in retrograde, so it is a time to back it up. And we are in a lunar eclipse energy, so definitely a time to back it up. Okay, Mars is more of looking at what we're doing now and the expansion of it or how we change it to make it work for us, what steps we missed along the way. The lunar eclipse is more about closure, healing, completion, endings, in order to allow the new beginnings to come into our lives. If we look at the numerology of the day for Sunday, it is a 21 energy, and that is tying up loose ends. That is preparing for the brand new path. Preparing for, And when it's a 21 energy, it's about the long-term goals. It's not the little goals, but it's the long-term goals that we're looking at, that we're manifesting, that we are bringing to life, that we're making reality. And of course, 2 plus 1 is a 3, so we're back at the 3 energy. But now it's what do we need to complete? What do we need to let go of? What do we need to surrender to in order to plant the seeds that we truly want to plant? To give birth to the thing that we really want to give birth to create, to manifest. Sun is in Scorpio for the weekend. Moon is in Cancer, so it's more about home, family. Feeling that sense of security. that harmony within our living space. Mercury is trining Neptune, I believe. So we have a little bit of magic within our voices, okay? So this is kind of a day where we can kind of convince others to go along with our little plot that we have, that little mastermind plan that we want to roll out. This is more of a day when we can kind of convince others. Unfortunately, people will also be able to convince us of stuff, so be careful of what you say yes to and what you say no to. But what is the most magical part of Mercury and Neptune trining is that we are more sensitive on a vibrational level. So we are far more intuitive. So, that's when the psychic in each and every one of us comes out. Or we can talk to God, our angels, our spirit guides a little bit more clearly. So anything that involves some kind of harmony or a beat, like drums or music or poetry or dance would be another thing. Anything with a rhythm to it, anything with so the singing bowls, meditate with the singing bowls, or drumming perhaps, or allow that pendulum to click 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 click. What's that called? A metronome for the music, right? And watch where that meditation takes you. Watch where that prayer takes you. Because you'll be so in sync with the vibrational energies around you. And we'll be more sensitive to it. We can feel things a lot easier. We can tune into it. What else is happening up in the sky? Venus, I think, Venus and Pluto. Okay, so Pluto is our warrior, our primal energy, death and rebirth, transformation, conquering. And Venus is love and beauty. And so our feelings go to a very intense and deep level. So our passions can come to life. They can come on fire. They can consume us in many ways. So that might be a good thing. That might be a bad thing. And so for you to understand, if you need that fire, that passion to really step into something that you want to create. And maybe it's not even about creating that thing, but preparing the path to create. Maybe you want to redecorate a room, but first you have to clear out all the clutter in order to redecorate it. So it's time to clear out all that clutter to get ready for the new look within the home, within the family. That could be absolutely something that we're looking at. We might rush our decision making. But we have this primal, and it could be a sexual energy. Absolutely. It could be very passionate. If we meet somebody and it turns into a relationship, it could be quite a passionate and deep, profound type relationship for us. Mercury and Mars are also talking. So, that's where we're going to say the wrong thing. We're going to jump the gun. We're going to misstep. So, and so listen twice as much as talking, and think before doing. Okay, let's get to the cards. Well, one card stayed back, and it's the Four of Cups. Gratitude. And there was a while ago, about a year and a half ago, where every reading seemed to be around gratitude. But now it's popping up occasionally to remind us to be grateful for what we have. Be grateful for what surrounds us, the people. Be grateful for our talents, our abilities. See if it wants to come back out again. Okay, so our shadow card is the King of Wands. The King of Wands says it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, get the plan. Yeah, get the plan. Make the strategy. But you don't have to wait for everything to be absolutely perfect before you step into it. before you try it. There's, we always say, I'm going to do that, but I need to learn a little bit more, or I need to experience it a little bit more. I need to get, just go out there, and it's okay to fall on your face. It's okay to make mistakes. Okay, any entrepreneur knows that it's 100 no's, it's 100 failures in order to get to that success, that true success. So you want to get that. You want to walk through that. You want to celebrate that failure, that oops, that fall on the face, whatever it is, because that's one less mistake. You're closer and closer and closer to really understanding what you need to do, and it's not just all in theory. If you're a very shy person but you want to meet somebody and you just don't know how to go about it, then look at some classes or workshops or that's happening in your area that interest you, and see if there's relationships that build in there. And it may be you meet the person of your dreams, or it could be you meet a new friend and they know somebody who is actually the perfect person to walk forward with. But don't wait for it. Don't wait for it. Don't wait for the big moment. Don't wait for when everything is just lined up perfectly, because that's not going to happen. There will always be a reason why we can't go forward. We can't take that next step. We have excuse bags. We are good with our excuse bags. We carry it around and we're proud of those excuses. That's why we weren't capable that day. That's why we weren't confident that day. That's why we weren't, giving it our all that day. That's why we didn't do it that day. So throw that bag of excuses away and just do it. Just step into it. Just start creating. Start manifesting. Okay, first card. First card, the Three of Wands. Three of Wands is, we're thinking about different roadways to go forward, but we're not stepping into those. We're not making those final decisions right now. We are looking at our path. We stand there on the shoreline and we look out into our tomorrow. And eventually we'll move over to that second wand and we will look in a different perspective, in a different way. Maybe we've gained some knowledge to look at a different way. Maybe we want to go in a whole different direction. What would that look like? Eventually we'll move over to the third one and make a decision of some sort. But that's not this weekend. The Five of Swords. The Five of Swords. Well, you have to stand your ground. You have to stand in your truth. And yeah, some people may walk away because of your truth. And you have to be ready to accept that. Because not everybody is going to agree with you. Not everybody is going to be on board. There's always at least one person, the naysayer. So you stand in your truth, and what happens is you start finding like-minded people that will walk your path with you, that will go forward with you, that believe in you. We have the Ten of Wands. So it's kind of an action. We have 2 wands and a sword so far. The Ten of Wands says, you're carrying around far too much. Look at us here. We're trying to walk towards the castle way in the back. Yeah, this little tiny spoke there. There's the castle way, 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 way over there. And here we are. And we're doing one step after another step after another step. And we're having a hard time here. We have we have so many burdens, responsibilities, obligations, things that we do, and some of it is great and some of it we need to do, and we know this. We need to stop, though. We need to just put on the brakes. We need to use that 12 energy of just being in the moment and stopping. We need to take that bag of wands off of our back. We need to lay them out, and what we're going to see is that some of those things have great growth potential, but others are deadwood, and we need to leave the deadwood behind, so that we can have a lightness in our step, that we can feel that freedom, feel that liberation, know that we're getting somewhere, not being winded all the time, or a lack of energy, or a lack of resources, or a lack of time. And then the Eight of Swords, definitely a perception. Okay? the paradigm shifts. We see where we thought we were blocked, where we were being held back, where we couldn't go forward. We thought we were trapped in some way. We thought that we were being oppressed in some way. And we get this clarity, we get this understanding, we get this newfound knowledge. We take a risk on ourselves. Here we are, and we are caged in by these swords. What we didn't realize was our hands were free, our feet were free. We could have removed that blindfold anytime we wanted to. So was it the fear of the unknown, the fear of being successful, the fear of failure? Was it unknown territory? What was holding you back? And chances are you'll see where you have placed a glass ceiling or where you have allowed somebody else to place a glass ceiling, preventing you from moving forward. But once you take off that blindfold, once you gain awareness, now this might be through a conversation or you were investigating or researching something, but you get this awareness, you get this understanding, you get this clarity, knowing how you can go forward where you didn't ever see that possibility before. Something opens up to you, something comes alive, something becomes present. This could be very much the 13 energy, where we thought we were being held back in some way, but the 13 energy comes in and does its magic, which sometimes doesn't seem all that nice, but at the end of it all, it's like, wow, it's like a miracle happened in your life. And the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles says, raise the bar on yourself. Expect more of yourself. Give it your all. Give yourself your dreams, your desires, your wants, your goals, your focus, your attention, your time, your resources. And don't settle for less. You're not, and it's not a settling for less. It's not even settling for the here and now. It's about raising the bar and saying, I can bring more joy, happiness, security, well-being, love, health into my life. Abundance, money into my life. I'm raising the bar on what I can accomplish, what I can do. I'm going to release that magic within me. Clarity, understanding, and you know what? We can deeply fall in love with our passions, our dreams, our desires, ourselves during this period of time. Other people, absolutely. Our feelings of love will be a very intense energy surrounding us all. And it could be towards another, but it could also be towards your passions, your dreams, desires, and ultimately towards yourself. Okay, we'll get a mantra card. And we have new beginnings. Look at that. I kid you not. New beginnings. Begin your new life. And I kept hearing that in my voice that I'm telling you to go forward, go forward, go forward. And I'm thinking, no, it's full moon energy. It's lunar eclipse energy. We don't want to be going forward. And Mars is retrograde, so we don't want to be pushing into new paths, but we have to imagine it in our minds. We have to start growing it. It has to be a thought before it can be a reality. That's where it begins. That's where the seed is planted in our minds to grow our thoughts. And as we grow our thoughts, more and more comes to you. So what are your thoughts about? New beginnings burst with assertive confidence and excitement, marking a start of a new direction full of adventure. You are in a good position to use your abilities and desires to reach your full potential. You are being guided to act now and use this creative energy and enthusiasm and get a project successfully underway. You are being driven by a creative force. The mantra is, I am excited and ready for a new beginning. I am excited and I am ready for a new beginning. So get excited, okay? And we really are in the very baby stages of new beginnings and new desires, because we just had the eclipse season, right? And so for the next 6 months, our themes will be molded around our experiences of the eclipse. The solar and lunar put together. So I do have a video on each. I'm not going to go into that. We're going to get an animal card, though. And we have the elephant. Greatness. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. No, I really can't see it. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. So you will naturally and easily achieve success. So why are you feeling like it's such a force? Well, think about that. Because you will naturally and easily. So when don't you follow your intuition? When don't you utilize your talents, your abilities to move yourself forward in the way you want? When do you stop yourself from being great? Or showing your greatness, because you're already great, but allowing that greatness to come out, come to life. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. And you say, oh no, I'm not a leader. I don't like that. And that's okay, but lead yourself. Allow your higher self to show you your path forward. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. Okay, you don't think you're very smart? Ha, you are. You have an intelligence, and you may not be good at math, but you are great at gardening. You might not be good at reading or writing, but you're great at building an engine. We all have greatness. And it's only when we compare our greatness to somebody else's greatness that we say, oh, I lack this or I lack that. You lack nothing. You have every tool in your toolbox that you need to go forward. Now, some of them need a little bit of work, right? Our toolbox, right? It's all our muscles. And some of those muscles we haven't been working. So maybe we do need to step into some kind of education or sharpening our skills or utilizing our skills a little bit more. And that takes a wisdom, but that takes a courage, a strength, a belief in ourselves, and a belief that we've got this and we have the tools to take a risk on yourself, an educated risk. And so we are in the preparation stage of doing just that. So start leading yourself towards the successes that you want, towards your best life ever. You can overcome any problem you have before. Look backwards. You can overcome many problems to be in the here and now. There will be more problems and you will overcome them just like you did before, because you know you've got this. You will naturally and easily achieve success. It all stems with the belief and confidence in yourself first. So, until we meet again, remember, I do love you.